Hey, Scott Hilton here, Scott Talks. I thought I'd talk about my morning routine. It's kind of interesting. There's a Tesla, that's my neighbor. You see people all the time riding. Well, I get up pretty early because I always got up back when I was working all the time, early to go to work. And my little clock just kind of ticks off. Plus, when you get to gray hair, you get to go to the bathroom once or twice more than you used to. And sometimes I go back to bed, and sometimes I'm up, and I'm like, I feel pretty good. I'm up. So the cat follows me into the kitchen. I'll get, because he knows if I go in the kitchen, I'm going to feed him. Oh boy, no matter what time of the morning it is. He likes to go outside on the lanai in the mornings, even when it's a little chilly. He's got that fur coat. But I won't let him out until he's at dusk till dawn, you know. When that magic hour at 30 minutes before sunrise, when it's just coming out and it'll lighten up a little bit, that's pretty good. I'll sit and eat breakfast. If I get breakfast early, right there, but he knows if it's dark, he ain't going outside. He might cry, he might complain, but he's not going outside. So if it's still dark, and it's not going to be sunrise for another hour or so, I might get a snack. Oh, I'm getting Neko's food. I put on my bone conducting headphones. I'll listen to an audiobook, or podcast, or YouTube, but usually an audiobook at this point. And bang out about 30 minutes of an audiobook. Which works good for me. Because on these bike rides, it's hard to hear with the wind blowing and noise from cars and all that stuff. So I'll do that. Let's open the go gate here. I'll do that and get his food together. He's getting about half a cup right now. Something called Blue brand food. He used to get a Purina 1, but now he's getting Blue. And what I do is I'd get his treat, little hard treat, you know, those tastefuls type things, these little squares about the size of like a fingernail or something like that. Yeah, that finger. They're like that. And I'll crush them in my hands and put one at the bottom because he loves his treats. That motivates him to keep eating. And then I'll pour his little half cup of food in. And then I'll crumble another one on top, like salt and pepper for us, you know. And he bounce. There we go. Woo! That was good. Had to cross the street. And I give him that, and I have our Brita pitcher, and I pour a little water in his water fountain. He has a water fountain that kind of comes up. So he didn't have to lean down too far to get his water. He just let it. He loves it. And I taught him to use it by YouTube. Found the water fountain on YouTube where it was running and kitty cats were licking it. And I was like, here, Neko, look at those kitty cats. They like that water. And he's looking at it because when it turned on and they started squirting water up, he didn't know what to think about that. So we plopped him down there. He thought about it for a while and finally started looking at it and he liked it. That was it. So getting back to the routine. I have a little to-do list in the mornings, kind of keep me straight. I get little treats sometimes in the morning. I rotate between yogurt, dairy-free, that's so simple stuff. No sugar, diced pears, or no sugar applesauce. Little cup, you know, just a little snack. Give me a little energy, get me going. And Metamucil is a big thing when you get gray hair. I need that. So I sprinkle a little in a cup full of water. Usually I'll leave some water out. We don't have a dog in the house that get to it. The cat doesn't bother it. I like it room temperature more, but the Brita is cold because my wife likes it cold. So I pour some of the cold in with the leftover warm. It's good enough and it helps dissolve the Metamucil. Sprinkle a little in, stir it with a long spoon, whoop, whoop, drink it all down. pour another glass full, and drink some of that. I don't like it too cold, so I let it sit for a while while I'm working. Got some exercise routines. Sometimes I try to do in the morning. I'm watching a lot of YouTube on the senior exercise routines, and they're informative. I started kind of alphabetizing them and then breaking them up, but then I added a few for odd days that weren't too much. Golf cart. And there he goes. Okay. Yeah, I'm enjoying my ride here. I'm giving you information, but I'm enjoying my ride. So I broke them up out, just exercise 1, 2, and 3, and maybe do those. But some I get into that are like, you could do these in bed because you're laying on your back, lifting your legs. And I was like, oh, well, I better have a nighttime routine or wake up in the morning and try not to wake anybody up doing this. But as you develop more, you like odd days, I will do the counter push-ups where you get on your countertop and do push-ups. Elbows go back. They don't go out this way. It's not good for your neck and your back. So back, and I'll do those on the counter. It's modified for seniors. I messed my neck up probably doing this when I was young, and it took 2 or 3 weeks to get over that. So I don't do it that way anymore. But I don't get on the ground to really push it too. Your bones get a little weaker. You got to take it easy, and that helps build the bones to do this stress-related, resistance exercises. Resistance usually means adding a little weight. It doesn't mean just use your body weight. But anyway, I'll do the push-ups, and I'll do squats right there, hang on the counter just in case. You keep your hand up there, keep it cupped on there. Yeah. And I've got a jump rope. Sometimes I'll do that, but I have to wait to go outside to do that. But I'll sneak it in. One of the exercises they just said jump in place on a mat. Keep your balls of your feet, boom, boom, boom. Keep it soft. You don't want to shock those bones. You have to stay on your balls of your feet when you're jumping in place and things. Using your toes. You don't want to hit your heel and then send that shock wave up your back and your bones and crack something. Or flat foot. Do a little exercises, just pick a few out and do some, and then I get a rest day. I'm not really up to leg days and upper body days and all that. When I ride my bike and walk, that's kind of a leg day too. I do those every other day or every day. Try to at least get it in there. I heard the osteoporosis is good for biking, but not great for biking. You kind of have to what is it? Let me turn around a minute. There's a little bench here I can fit in. You kind of have to have some weight behind it. So walking is better for your hip bones and things like that than just cycling. And I was cycling all the time. I was loving it. But my hip bones started bothering me, so I added a little calcium to my diet. A little vitamin D, a touch of B12, and feeling better. Now, gotta clean the litter box. Done some exercises, drink my water, second water laying down. Filled it up again, because I want to use that at breakfast and drink it while I'm out. I'll clean the litter box. I'll vacuum around the litter box. We have a little door we can close. Boom. So I get the litter box done. Sometimes I'm up, awake, near the other bathroom, away from the bedroom. I'll just go in the second bathroom. I have a little stash of shaving gear, electric razor, toothbrush, toothpaste, just everything I need. And nose hair clipper, yeah, all that, scissors, if you get a little wild hair, pull it out and then snip it. But I'll shave, I'll get it smooth. Did it this morning, pretty early. How you doing? And there they go, real cyclists. They got spandex. So I'd get the shaving done, brush my teeth, even mouthwash, everything. even though I know I'm eating breakfast decently soon. Probably done 30 minutes of the audiobook, switch that to either YouTube or a podcast, but usually a YouTube video that I don't have to pay too much attention to, like this one. And I've done that. I've got that out of the way. I've got the kitty cat out of the way. I've straightened the kitchen up. If there were any dishes in the dishwasher, I put them up as quietly as possible. Straighten up the stove. If there was any kind of leftover mess on the stove, I'll wipe that down. Get everything looking good. Kind of prep my breakfast. My breakfast usually is my cereal. I usually have one of those plastic containers. I've got it into a video or two where it has a little lift top. You can pour cereal in it and close it up, and it's got a little flip top, and you can pour it out. Now I got 4 cereals. I got Life, which is on the bottom. I always start with Life. Well, I like Life. And then I'll do like a Frosted Flake, Cheerios, and Wheaties, and back to Life. Little layers like this. And to the top, or I'll run out. If I run out, I'll stop, put a little Life on top, and I always end it with Life too, so I get a little flavor. And that's it. And I'll put it on my list, my shopping. I'm out bike shopping now for cereal, because I did a double cereal thing. And I ran out of 3 cereals, so I'm going to get some cereal. Well, next, I get up, I put my vitamins out, so in the morning when I am awake, getting breakfast, I'll get those, see those. If I'm getting a juice that morning, I've got it on my list. Put the juice bottle out. If I'm getting cereal, I got my whole cereal bowl out. If I'm getting eggs, scrambling some egg whites, usually egg whites, because I'm supposed to be, cut back on the salt, cut back on the sugar, cut back on everything, cut back on caffeine. So decaf coffee is acceptable, kind of. And although my doctor said, there's caffeine in that. I was like, so anyway, decaf coffee, no sugar, or in sweets, try to cut back on those, which is hard to do, right? And meats, a lot of times, try to get the lean meats like turkey, chicken, grilled, as opposed to fried if you can, all that. So, in protein in egg white is the yellow part. So I've got a jug that I get when I'm shopping, about like this tall, and it's rectangular shape like a milk thing. And you pour the egg whites, shake it, pour egg whites in. I put a little olive oil into a pot. Like if you look up Gordon Ramsay's way of making scrambled eggs, pot like that, and a spatula. But I pour some in, heat the thing up, pour some in. I add my pepper, no salt. Sorry about the flavor. No butter. I have olive oil butter when I need it, and I put it in grits. And I get a little instant Quaker oatmeal grits, and I tear it open, and I pour half of it in a little bowl, and I put some water in it, and I put that. Have little cubes of butter that I've pre-cut. They're olive oil butter. My wife got it on the stick last time, but it doesn't matter. I've got it pre-cut in the old tub that we had, and drop squares into the tub. So I'll just reach in and grab a square. I don't have to cut anything. Dropped it in with the grits. And I usually have the grits with the eggs, so I get the butter that way. And I would do 30 seconds on the grit, half grits, with a little bowl. I've got the heat going on the eggs. And you can scramble them, but if you don't have an egg yellow yolk, it doesn't have to be scrambled too much. You get your spatula, but on Sunday sometimes I'll add 1 egg with the yolk, just to have it. But anyway, pepper and chives I add early because I'll forget. I'll get to the table and I'm like, forgot. And I'll heat it up and have it going about medium heat, a little higher sometimes. I'll put a little water in, and that slows it up a little bit. And that way I don't turn my back on it and the eggs are too done. And I'm like, that slows it up. Then you can scramble that up. You got your plate sitting out, and then as you lift, Gordon Ramsay loves to lift the the pot, and stir it with the spatula to kind of mix it up. And while it's off the burner, I move the plate to the burner to warm it up just a little bit. And you can tell it's getting a little warm. And I have a pot holder, decorative pot holder, under the plate. So I put the plate back and it's warm. And then when you dump your eggs, you know how eggs get cold so quick. I'll do about 15 more seconds on the grits. I've already stirred them once in the microwave. Do another 15 seconds preset. Right before the eggs are ready, pull them out, use the spatula, because the spatulas are great at cleaning all the good stuff off. And you get to lick it, because you're the cook. And then you empty the pot of eggs right when they're still a little runny, but they're at the end. You turn the heat off, boom. And it's still hot, the pot's still hot, still cooking a little bit. You sit there cooking. And then as it's just getting over that last runniness, it's still a little wet. You start dumping it into the plate, and you scoop it up, and yep, you get another slip of the eggs. And so the plate's there, it's already got the salt and the chives, it's got the butter on the grits, and the grits, I've dumped the eggs on top of the grits, or the grits on top of the eggs, get them, and it keeps them nice and hot, because those grits are pretty hot now after 30 seconds, and then another 15 seconds. And serve, breakfast is served. I usually use a spoon to eat it, because sometimes my grits get a little runny, and I eat that. So, you got my breakfast routine, and then I looked at my little notes about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. What am I going to do? Which exercise? Am I doing eggs? Am I doing cereal? What's my breakfast routine? And it changes. It evolves all the time. But I'll look at the day, and when I get up in the morning, if I'm not cooking yet, if it's too early, I'll leave the pot out for the eggs or the cereal bowl out for the cereal. And then I know. And the cereal's out already. I've got that out of the way. Cat wants to go out to the lanai. As soon as I get up, I want to eat my cereal or get my eggs going, and he's like, I want to go out. So out he goes, and if it's nice out, I'll leave the door cracked about that much, and he can get back in and out all the time, because the lanai is screened in, so technically keeps a lot of the bugs out and stuff. We don't have bug problems that way, even in Florida. And it was nice this morning. He got to go out with the door open, and I made my eggs. It was an egg day. But no yellow yolks. So I did the litter, shaved, done all that, got my snack, did some exercises, and I'm like, done. That part of my day's done. And I crawl back in bed. And usually the cat will try to wake me up when daylight hits, because he knows that we can go outside. Or I'll sleep in, we'll just sleep in. Hello. Well, he's got a doggy on the back of his, he's got a pull cart. He's got a dog back there. And that'll be it. I'll go back to bed. And then in the morning, I'll get up, and I won't have to shave. I do have to take the vitamins. And I have an alarm on my phone at 9:05. It goes off to tell me vitamins, medicines, if you're taking it. And I'll make sure I take it. And then any other notifications I've learned, like 2 minutes after or before that, you want those to go off. Like, did you take the trash out? Did you the recycles out? Do you need to go get the debris, because they pick debris up so early? You can just bring it back in from the debris day. You can, whatever little other thing you want to do, you want it near your medicine alarm. So like if you go back to sleep, you're like, yeah, I had my medicine, I've eaten breakfast, and I decided to crawl back into bed because I'm sort of retired. And then the alarm goes off. You're like, So if you're going to have another alarm, have it like 2 minutes later or before, so you don't have to go back to bed. Little things I've learned in life. But usually I'm up and I'm planning on either walking that day or riding my bike to the store, going to go get something. I've got an Igloo cooler I can take on the back of my bike. I got my bike, I use it like a cargo bike. It's not a racing type bike. It's got a rack on the back, and I zip tied a nice cargo thing of milk, a real milk crate. And I bought it on Amazon. I did not get the cheap, crappy one at Target. Oh, I did at first. I got one with holes in it, little round holes, and I had to drill holes in the bottom to get it to, and those cracked, and I was like, And then I rode it around, and another cracked area cracked. I was like, this thing just sucks. And so I got online and got a real milk crate, and zip tied with thick zip ties to the rack, and it holds it on. And then I got the Igloo cooler at the grocery store. While I was getting my egg, my milk, and our milk is dairy-free, lactose-free for my wife, and the best one for people is coconut milk. My wife hates the coconut milk. It tastes like water, she says. No, I didn't mind it. It's just nutrition for me. It's not about the flavor. It's not about adding salt and real butter and egg yolks and meat and all that good stuff. It's just getting breakfast, you know. So, well, she don't agree with that. So we negotiated to a Califia brand. It's white with brown print, and it's almond milk and coconut milk mix, and it has some flavor to it. So she likes that. So that's what I get. So I'm in the store, Walmart Marketplace, walking around, got the Igloo cooler. I said I'd measured the milk crate, knew what I could throw in there, got a little cooler, walked over to the milk, got that thing of milk, shoved it in the cooler, it fit. All right, cool. Got to get me one of those ice blocks. I think we have them at home, but I said, let me get one more just in case. It'll be mine. I'll put my initial on it so she won't bother it and say, well, where's my ice block? Just in case. And I got an ice block and fit it in there, and it was fine. And it was cool out that morning, so I didn't really worry about it too much. I got home real quick, it's a mile and a half away. But from then on, I had the ice block, throw it in the cooler. Today, I've pulled the cooler to get cereal, 3 boxes of cereal, and I'm going to get rolled paper towels. I have a net, cargo net like little thing that's kind of covers the milk crate opening just about, and I got 2 of those. So between 2 of them, they'll go up and over and hold paper towels, and I took the cooler out so I could put the cereal in there. So no cold stuff on this trip. And you get exercise, you get your groceries, it doesn't cost you anything. And that's the routine. Go get the groceries. And it's worked out. My wife, she didn't like it at first, and she still kind of nags you about leaving. Anytime, guys, you're doing something you enjoy in life, you got to take your wife with you. And if she says, no, I don't want to do it, and you go anyway, they don't like that. A little jealous, a little whatever. They want you to stay at home with them. I'm like, well, I'm getting groceries. So finally she's gotten to a point where we'll pick this up and pick that up. So you got to pick those up no matter what. And you're taking the cooler if she's requesting cold things. You know what I mean? And you'd be canceling the cereals or piling them up on top of the cooler. But I figured paper towels and cereal and the cooler, I don't need all that. I can go back a second trip or go the next day, all that. But that's my routine. I get up too early, and things crash again. So, and we're in the process of trying to sell a house, so I have to make the bed, that's fine, and other things. But yeah, I try to get a little bit done in the mornings, and when she gets up, it takes her a while to get ready because she hasn't done anything that I've done already. But I'll have already eaten breakfast, but I might have something with her, maybe a little piece of toast. And you're like, sugar? And I'm like, it's no sugar, grape jam. But yeah, the breads, I think the doctor was real big on me not having too many breads. So sometimes I'll get a wrap when available instead of a bun on a burger or like at Taco Bell or something. But I always eat at the table at Taco Bell or stand up outside at Taco Bell. I found tacos are too messy to be in the car with me. They always dribble. And the last time I was at Taco Bell, I got a chalupa and a soft taco. And you know how they're open at one end? Laid it down on the table to get kind of situated. And all of a sudden, stuff starts falling out onto the floor from that open end onto the floor. There goes the meat. Everything's falling on the ground. And I'm like, what? And I'm picking it up like, dang, man, it goes a little bit of my taco on the ground. I had to pick all that up at the table and throw that away. And I still had a decent amount of taco and chalupa. But I was, yeah, and unsweet tea. I was good, unsweet tea. So, that's my morning routine. Me and Neko hanging out, getting stuff done. I mean, he usually hangs out with me when I'm exercising because he's wondering what I'm doing. And he's gotten his treats and he wants to go out and he's got his little routine. And then he'll curl back into bed or, he'll snuggle up mostly with my wife because boy cats, they usually hang out with the women. And that's the deal. And my daughter had a girl cat, but it was more of her girl cat. And then we got stuck with it, and it would hang out with us a lot, but mostly my wife got all the attention. She still does. I'll come to bed and come back outside, and there's the cat on her lap. You know, he's like, my house, my property, you guys work for me. Could you believe it? The things we do for these pets. Pick up poop. You could win the lottery. No one's gonna do that for you. No, the cats and dogs, they got it made. They got it made. People feed them, always waiting on them, left hand and foot. I mean, just amazing. So enjoy your life. Get some exercise if you're getting a little older, and have a great day. Ride a bike or jog or rollerblade, whatever you do that you can still do. If you can, or if you're young watching this, stay fit. Because when you start losing that fitness and the muscle mass, you notice it, and then it's time to do something. It's a little late, but it's time to do something. You got to do something. So keep fit and have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe. Yeah.